Because I wanted to educate our coaches here with a proper structured protocol. So they are not going to listen because they are just going to observe and assimilate from what you are doing. Make sure that when they are outdoors, then if it's a safe scenario, let them move barefoot. Tell the athlete, explain them कि क्यों pain आ रहा है.
Trained or made them strength and conditioning ready so that they can go out and spread this.
When you enjoy them, it's not a challenge. It's like an opportunity. And I got introduced to the sports and athletes and all of that. So the fitness part of the physiotherapy was something always very, very fascinating for me.
Welcome to Meet the Minds podcast show hosted by Dizzy Scoop. Today we have a guest who's reshaping the fitness industry. So, Dr. Apurva, nice to have you on Meet the Minds series. Just wanted to understand. Yeah. Great. Good to have you, first of all. So, just wanted to understand how the journey of Dr. Apurva started from the fitness perspective and what was the early ambition?
The early ambition was getting into the physiotherapy was always something which I wanted to.
Yeah.
So, but then when I went through the entire course of my graduation, that time I made it very clear because I was not that keen in the typical hospital-like setup. I wanted to work with my patients more actively, So the fitness part of the physiotherapy was something always very, very fascinating for me. So in our physiotherapy, we always say that I was not very happy with doing a wall squats rather than to go under a barbell and do a squat. That was something more fascinating. So during my graduation only, I entered into the fitness industry. I did my personal training course initially with some local academy. And then as I completed my graduation, so when I was preparing for my master's, that time there was an opportunity where I can be a lecturer for the personal training academy. And that's how I stepped on the other side of the dais, from a student to a lecturer. And then that was something which I really enjoyed, teaching them about the injuries and all of that. And then in my master's, and mandatorily I chosen my master's in cardio recipe. So usually that time all my teachers and everybody and my friends, they were against because I was the topper for my master's CET. Yeah. And then it was a regular protocol that whoever are toppers, they choose orthopedics.
Okay.
But mine was different. So I went into the cardiology.
Okay.
So because in cardiology, there is a lot amount of exercise and the metabolic syndromes and all, we learn more in that.
Yeah. And so the breathing aspects.
Yes, the breathing aspects and also it's a cardio-respiratory physiotherapy, which I chose voluntarily.
Okay.
That was something out of the box.
Okay.
And then when I did my master's, obviously I was with ICU patients also, and I was with the post heart attack rehabilitation and all of that also. So I used to like the other parts of, when they are out of the hospital, how to make them back.
Correct.
Send them back to running, jumping,
Fixing
sprinting.
them completely.
Yeah, completely. Because I always take an injury or any intervention, whatever has happened to you, is always an opportunity कि अपने body को उससे better बनाना है.
Correct, absolutely.
Then only you have to, what I would say, treat it.
Correct.
If the person is not becoming strong enough after doing those interventions, makes no sense.
Actually, in a way, fixing it is one priority.
Yeah.
But making sure maintaining it is another. And maintaining comes with...
maintaining and making them live their best is something which was always my philosophy of training my patients.
Okay.
And then I was like, in my cardio recipe also, I was, using my fitness knowledge because I was already a lecturer at Fitness Academy, and then my physiotherapy together and merging it. I was not knowing what exactly to name it. Like, it's not the physiotherapy, it's not the personal training also, it was something else, combo, something like that. So so later on, then I got introduced to the sports and athletes and all of that. And that's how then from the general population, I thought that I should move towards, training the athletes because they need my style of training more. For general population, if they're not willing to run, sprint, jump, then any normal local doctor or physio can also help them. But when it comes to something very niche, then those are basically that is done with the athletes. So that was more interesting for me. And that's how then I switched my more focus towards athletes and all of that. Or I would say any people who are active in their lifestyle, we treat them. It's
Correct.
that way. You know?
Okay.
Not only athletes.
So from the perspective of athletes, how क्या different होता है? Usually from general to athletic, what's the change in the whole process of either fixing them or suppose if an athlete has an injury or if a normal person has an injury, what's the difference in the course of action?
So I believe if you are active in your day-to-day life, then you have to train like an athlete. मतलब ऐसा कुछ difference नहीं है. If you are doing your 9 to 5 job and उसके बाद on weekends you are going and playing a badminton or playing cricket, you are a recreational athlete. There is no difference. So that's a normal person what we have in our society. But then that is also comes under the same definition if you will talk about the athletes. So, and the other normal people, we can say we call them as a sedentary, who are not active in their lifestyle. So then that will have a different ball game completely, because then it will come with other metabolic problems. So athlete is like anybody who is active and moving around equally. That person needs to be making sure that his or her body is strong enough. And they have to invest some time in their building up their muscles stronger, building up their body more stronger. Not only physically, but mental work also needs to be done. Just to get a better longevity of your life, that's what I feel.
So when from the whole knowledge perspective, जितना आपका knowledge है ये industry में and जितने भी patients के साथ या athletes के साथ आपने काम किया है, what do you focus first? Is it the mental readiness to go and do it, or is it the physical readiness you first focus at? What is the most important thing you believe कि कहाँ से शुरू होना चाहिए एक normal fitness journey?
Currently, in my experience, what I do is whenever a patient comes to us, majority of the times it happens to them that they have some XYZ problem and they have taken multiple opinions or they have Googled and all, and they're already in that fearful zone,
Like an
कुछ तो बड़ा कुछ तो हो गया है. So for example, जैसे अभी if there is a disc bulge, L4, L5 पे disc bulge रहता है. So that's something very simple जो कि मतलब if you'll see 10 people, not anybody of us, and if you'll take their MRI scans, if they are above 30 or 35 years, you will see some amount of disc bulge. It's as normal as it. But when that disc bulge is giving you symptom, and when that person goes to any expert for the opinion and all, unfortunately, the experts or whoever they meet, they terrorize them or they Google and they see that this is going so bad and all of that.
At the end, that's what we all end up doing.
Correct. And then they go into the fear zone. So my first challenge with my patients is to calm them down and to give them a real scenario that this is not the end of your life. This is just a small part which has given us trouble. And there is a lot of hope that we can fix it up. We will not be able to obviously work on the permanent damages which has happened, but there are many ways of coping around it and making yourself stronger.
Correct.
So don't put in, so that's the main confidence which I feel is important. So that's how my treatment starts first during the consultation, and then making them understand. So that's first bringing them out of the fear zone.
The fear first.
First, calm them down. And the second thing is to show them or tell them what exactly has happened. So if there is a disc or if there is a knee injury, I make sure that I go show them the pictures of the anatomy and show them that where exactly the problem is and how we are going to fix it. Unless and until the patient doesn't know the road map, like how they are going to overcome it, they are not going to get the confidence that whatever we are going to do is going to be in the right track.
Correct.
That is my second strategy. And the third most important is I want the patient to be independent. Like whoever are struggling with the injuries now, your athletes or non-athletes, whatever, don't get dependent on anybody, like on your doctor or on your physio or anything. Learn the ways from them, how you can tackle that injury independently. And that is again our, like as a doctor's role or as a physio's role, to delegate that to the patients.
So when you say independent, matlab like sometimes for any, suppose if a leg injury or a knee injury is there, so independent from mentally side of being ready, or is it like sometimes you need support, right? You need support of family members, या कोई हो साथ में हो.
No, independent means I'm saying now, for example, if the muscle is tight
Okay.
or the muscle is having some injury there,
Oh.
then most of the times the patient gets dependent on the needling or the cupping therapy,
Okay.
or
Got
going to the doctor and getting it released, or taking some
Right.
medications and all. So that dependency should go off.
Okay.
Rather, as our, like, we being a practitioners, we should make the athlete or make the person independent, teach them how to release that muscle. If for example, now when we deal with our athletes, so if we have a fast bowler, usko knee injury hai,
हाँ.
तो अभी उसको नी पेन आ रहा है, सो it should not be that कि जब भी knee pain आए, he has to call us and come back rushing to us. That should not be the goal for doctor, I feel. Because when he is going to play the match and on the ground, जब भी उसको pain आने वाला है, he has to tackle it on its own.
Correct.
We as coaches, we have to tell them how to tackle it around.
Okay.
Why the pain is coming. So that's because my strategy is going to the root cause of the problem. कि सिर्फ वो pain आ रहा है, it's okay, but tell the athlete, explain them कि क्यों pain आ रहा है,
Okay.
and work and make them understand कि इसको कैसे निकालना है.
So, कोई अगर आता है तो what's the 3-step journey you take? Like, let's suppose the same bowler example, and if the athlete or the bowler has a knee injury or a shoulder injury, right? So, what are the different aspects? Do you only fix on that one muscle or the one aspect or the complete? But just wanted to understand, coming from you, how the process starts. Like how, in terms of if a player is coming to you, तो आप उनको कैसा 3-step journey, how will you explain to the player?
So my approach, what I have made with my experience, is the kinesthetic approach, what we
Okay.
do. So it's like going to the root cause and making the athlete understand and being more body aware about it. So usually when the athletes come to us, like if there is a knee injury for a fast bowler, so most of the times, whatever the treatments have happened, they are all focused on the knee joint only.
Correct.
But when we assess that athlete,
Okay.
and so the knee joint is required to run.
Correct.
So when you're running, it's not only knee joint is working.
It's
It's your hip, knee, ankle, everything is working.
Correct.
And most of the times when I evaluate my athletes, I see that the knee problem जो हो रहा है, जो knee pain हो रहा है, that is not the
root cause.
हाँ. वो सिर्फ it's an iceberg, it's just the symptom.
It's just a symptom. Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so we need to see where exactly is the root cause. Either the hips will be tight, or the ankle is tight, or there's something in the lower back,
Okay.
or there is some kinetic chain which is not working. So unless and until we don't back calculate and see what's the root cause and treat that,
Huh.
that is not going to go back injury free again.
That's good to know.
So that is very important, and that's what I would like to tell all the patients who are suffering. That make sure that you're not just working around जहाँ पे pain हो रहा है वहाँ पे,
No.
but understand क्यों pain हो रहा है.
Correct.
Ask that question to the experts whom you are consulting कि why, what is the reason of the pain.
Got
You should able to connect the dots, put a scientific logic to it, and then go for the treatment.
And the process, what you do, so basically you take that complete process and identify the root cause rather than focusing on symptom.
Absolutely. So जब भी knee pain होता है तो मेरा first session में कभी भी knee को हम लोग हाथ ही नहीं लगाते. So we come on the knee on our 4th, 5th.
That's something
So first,
new for us.
yeah.
No, that's great.
First thing is to see why the knee pain is fast, and then you have to work up.
And what's this kinesthetic approach? If our viewers want to know, what's the easy way of how will you define to a 10-year-old?
So yeah, that's something which is our creation, which we have done, the kinesthetic approach.
It's like
Yes.
you created it?
Yeah, so that's complete 5-phase structured protocol which we have come up. So the problem was whatever we do now currently in our practice, it's not the pure physiotherapy, it's not the pure SNC.
Okay.
We do a little bit advanced thing. So we wanted to have some name which resonates with what
It resonates really
what
well.
exactly.
It's like calisthenic and then you have kinesthetic, so which is
Kinesthetic is more about body awareness.
correct.
So, and taking charge of your pain
Yeah.
and your injuries, So that's what we actually do for our patients, that if they are having pain and if we are helping them to resolve the pain, we tell our patients that this is how you have to manage with it. And it should not happen that next time when the pain comes, you are rushing to us. You know?
Correct.
So just take care, take charge of your injury. Because when we give this confidence to the patient,
Yeah,
the patient feels powerful.
absolutely.
कि okay, अभी मुझे injury है, knee pain है,
Hmm.
and in now tomorrow if they are traveling or flight में बहुत time बैठे हैं, then the knee pain comes, they'll not get in the panic zone.
हाँ.
They know कि okay knee pain है, तो अभी क्या करना है, क्या tweak करना है, so that I'll be okay.
Correct.
So that's the independent feeling I want my patients to have, and therefore we came up with this approach.
Okay.
So it's a proper 5-step approach which we are doing.
And what are the 5 steps like?
So first we work on working on the root cause,
Okay.
like which muscles and which structure is actually creating the pain. As like for example, knee joint hai, where it can be hip, it can be lower back, where. So we will understand that, we will mobilize it.
So
First.
mobilize as in like
Making the patient, we give some techniques where the patient himself can do it. They will not need our support for that unless it's very, very chronic. So the muscle knots होते हैं, so उसको
Correct.
कैसे release करना है, क्या करना है. So because we rarely use needling and cupping in our treatment, very rarely.
So do you think needling and coupling is effective? Because currently most of the fitness regime, that's like part of many fitness institutes as well. Like that's where they like needling, cupping, or sometimes I read the leech therapy as well, right? To fix a certain body mass or maybe like the pain. Do you think those are more effective, or this approach is more effective on the...
It's not more or less. It's in our medical science, it's always like do what is needed at that situation.
Okay.
So needling, cupping is very, very scientific. It's really good. Even we use it for many of our patients. But it should be very clear goal that why we are using it. And don't make patients addicted to it. That's the only thing. Ki thoda pain hua and then you're just needling and removing the pain. And again, after 2-3 days, the pain is coming back, resurfacing.
Correct.
That's wrong.
Okay.
You remove the pain, but utilize that pain-free time to make the patient stronger.
Okay.
So that is the main reason why those therapies have come up, you know, because they have always come for the athletes who are on the field. And उनको अभी फिर से जाना है. They got injured, they got something, and they have to go back again.
Correct.
So you will do something to send them back for that temporary time. And then when they are again with you, you make them stronger.
Okay.
That's the main concept of those therapies. Utilize them in that manner. They're always good.
So doing everything in combination, which
It's a clear-cut why for it.
Clear.
Why you are doing it. You should have a logical and scientific answer for it.
Correct.
If that is there, that works for you. That's your style of training.
I think that's what I have learned in life. It's I put it like this: like if you figure out your what, when, and why, then it's easy. It becomes 10 times easy for you to fix it. Right? If you know what you're going to fix, when are the steps you're going to take, what are the steps you're going to take, and why you're doing it. The objective. My objective is, okay, the knee pain is there. I want to fix. Why? I can directly focus on it. Definitely the whole body mass is also affecting the knee.
Correct.
Right? It's just not the knee pain which have to eliminate, have to process. So that's a very good approach. I think for a person who's at my age, who's learning late, how will you define to a person who wants to do this at a very early age? How will you train or how will you coach them from the aspect of anesthetics, what you mentioned?
There's no age limit for it.
Correct.
I just want, like, whenever you have any aches and pains, take them seriously.
Okay.
And seek an expert opinion and understand why it is happening.
Correct.
Rather than कि ये पेन है तो इसको मैं कम कैसे मतलब इसको बंद कैसे करूँ कम कैसे करूँ नहीं वो पेन क्यों आ रहा है go into that zone find out the answer till then you seek the expert whichever expert and stop googling about it and then once you understand ki why it's happening then fix it then it becomes very easy to fix
Correct.
but it's just like if the problem is at Z and you are working at ABCD it makes no point.
Okay.
So it's that.
What is a kinesthetic approach? The 5 steps. So let's.
So the first is we work on the mobility because for me mobility is very important. Mobility means at the joint level, not only at the muscle का जो stretches वगैरह जो देखते हैं.
Is it like a warm up?
No, it's a proper treatment
Okay,
which
it's a
has
proper
to be
treatment.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the mobility at the joint structure we work and
Okay.
we build up. फिर उसके बाद जो रहता है that is more about the motor control. Motor
Okay.
control means which muscle is working at what time, at
Okay.
what intensity,
Wow, is
connecting that.
itna detail mein bhi?
Yes,
Okay.
because many a times you will see we get so many bodybuilders
Yeah,
having six packs and then having low back pain.
correct.
And the low back pain is always related to your weak core.
Okay.
So why, when there is a six pack, then how
Yeah.
your core can be weak?
Yeah.
So it's not that the weakness of the muscle, it's that connection with the brain which is missing. So that is the motor control phase
Okay.
which we do.
Okay.
Third one is the strength and pattern building,
Okay.
pattern of lifting, because we
The
focus,
form?
the
Basically
lifting form.
The lifting
Yeah.
form.
So that is something which is
Most
something
important.
very important for
Correct.
me, because usually just staying at motor control makes no sense. You have to put that patient back into strength.
Yeah.
अगर strength करना है तो proper way of lifting is
Yeah.
important. Then we integrate the sport movements, whichever sport that athlete is playing, or if is not playing any sport, whatever movement integration
Okay.
बोलता है. And the last one is the performance readiness.
Okay.
So that's how we go with all those five
Okay.
phases.
Okay. So last phase is where you're ready to hit back or you're ready to.
You're back to compete, you're back
Okay.
to play, or you cannot think much and you can just go and run, sprint, jump.
Correct.
That is what is the performance ready.
Okay. Such a noble cause, because giving someone the gift of fitness, fixing them, or getting them performance ready again in itself is a noble cause. It's something not everyone is focusing on themselves, but in a profession where you're passionate to fix others, I think it itself is a noble achievement altogether, because there are blessings coming by again. There are people thanking you that their journey to life is more simpler because they came to you. You're fulfilling athletics dream athletes who are chasing their dreams. थोड़ा hurdles आ गए तो आप you are actually helping them to achieve their dream. How's the feeling overall when you work with patients and जब आप उनका success story देखते हो, like from failure, because of your help, they are trying to achieve something big. Like suppose a bowler comes to you because of the knee injury, his career is at stake, and now you come, you support, you mediate, you become the bridge for that athlete from failure and making go success. Right? How is that feeling overall?
So that feeling is amazing, and that's the reason why we are doing what we are doing, So because many a times, because as I said, we are comparatively new in India.
Yeah.
So with all these philosophies and all of things, so we are actually having these more grassroots athletes and all of them. So when you're at elite level, everybody is there to help you.
Correct.
We have all these big doctors and everybody to help you. But when you're at grassroots level, there's no hope for them.
Correct.
Simple, small injuries होते हैं, and then they hear from their friends and their, surrounding people कि अभी तो इसका career गया. He is like अभी ये तो खेल ही नहीं पाएगा फिर से. So they just imagine their mental state and then to train them. So it's more about, being their parent. Now that's what majority of the times I do that. I become their elder sister or sometimes, something like that to help them out and drag them through that process.
Yeah.
And then when they achieve, now because we get they get selected for under 19 team.
Yeah.
Or some go for playing at ISL level and all. So it's really amazing to see them that we have seen that person.
Correct.
And nobody was with
It's
him.
part of your success also,
Yes.
right? When you see like, this is a person I fixed, or I helped to fix his injury and now is going into under 19 team.
Yes.
That's, I don't know. I think.
I get a very maternal emotions.
So now 7-year-old daughter, how are you training her? Is it like more stricter mom, or is it more on the direction of coaching her for life? How is it like?
No, I'm like very chill with that. So because I don't think that.
Usually doctors are stricter when growing up their kids. That's what I have seen a couple of my doctor friends too.
Okay.
They're very strict in terms of what they can eat, what they cannot eat, disciplined that way, right? So
I just look into things that she doesn't eat a lot of junk and all. Because that's the rule of our family, that it's more like home cooked food.
Yeah.
We cook everything
हाँ.
in our family. Everything is all pizzas and all, but in a healthy way, something like that. Obviously not ekdam yeah. So, but mostly home cooked, and she eats out less and all of that. Baki to, and she's all with her activities, jumping, running, sprinting, everything. So no sport integration right now for her. It's like let her enjoy her life. And I'm very much like whatever she feels passionate about, she will pursue it. So that's her life. I don't have to, I'll just be there to support and guide her.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not that.
But usually for a lot of parents, in terms of this whole fitness or how they can integrate some sort of fitness activity for the children at the early age of 7 or 8. I have a nephew who is 10 years old.
No, for kids, I would suggest as a parent, first thing is keep a track on your food.
Correct.
Like what they are eating, everything, but that is a healthy, hygienic food, not the junk food which we will recommend. That is one thing. And second thing is, don't be behind them for the exercises or anything like that.
Okay.
I would always say कि school से घर पे आ जाओ and then go for playing outdoor for 1 hour.
Correct.
And let them play their age appropriate games. So if they are very young, they will go on slide, swing, and they will do that. He is 10 years, तो वो उसके friends के साथ जाके whatever that मस्ती he will do.
Correct.
But let them be outdoor, let them breathe the fresh air, let them sweat.
Yeah.
And so that there is a good amount of hunger when they come back for dinner. And they eat appropriately. So whatever they are eating, they are digesting it with their activity. That is something you take care so that the weight doesn't go off. And the another thing is, I would suggest, I would say don't bother them much. So the biggest mistake which I see nowadays, like not a mistake, I would say, it's like I'm not the expert in that, but I feel that don't pamper your kids too much.
No, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I can
Pampering and all, like the way, let them feel the negative part of the life also. So just what we have
let them learn the stories.
Let them learn the stories. So pampering zyada mat karo. Let them be this thing. And from fitness perspective, I would tell the thing is, when you're taking them, whenever you're going for outings, make sure that you're going where there is good nature and there is outdoor thing on the lawn and all. And the most important thing now, what we see with our athletes and patients is the foot issues, which we see. The flat foot and the foot is supinated and all those wacky things which we see. But the real reason that starts when the kid is young, So make sure that when they are outdoors, and if it's a safe scenario, let them move barefoot. क्योंकि अभी के इसमें वो बहुत हो गया कि at home also you wear slippers.
Slippers, correct.
And when बाहर जाने के बाद तो you are in the shoes, socks, shoes, सब कुछ पहन के. Don't do that because the foot arches will not form. And if the foot is not stable, then everything up is on a toss. Okay. So that is because we have now some young athletes, like they are 10 years and 11 years, they are playing professionally at good level, but the aches and pains and the problems which we see, that all resonate when they were 3 or 4 year old and going in the park with that all socks पहन के कि पैर को मिट्टी नहीं लगनी चाहिए, and over hygienic and over pampering. Don't do that.
And वहाँ से immunity भी मेरे ख्याल फर्क पड़ता है.
Absolutely.
Correct.
So let them go outdoor, just like what our generation has.
Like.
So it's like there was nothing like that.
No, and in my time I can recall, हम लोग जाते थे क्रिकेट खेलने morning, and morning 8 or 9 we used to start holidays के time में. शाम को 7-8 तक we never used to come back home. There were no phones.
Correct.
Now, if a kid steps out of the society or home, you're panicked already, right? So I think that barrier has to, but I think even also the security, the way the place you're living, I think, I think for a kid to be ready, मेरे हिसाब से parents को भी ready होना चाहिए, technically, because that's where the first mentorship comes. When the parent is aware, the second level goes up. Then you get outside mentorship, like with a person like you, or maybe there's sports coach, or maybe. The step 3 is where you go advanced level. I think the grassroots, again, going back to roots, is definitely your home, your parents. I think वहाँ से ही major.
In order to build up the fitness and sport inclination for your child,
Yeah.
it's like you have to inculcate in yourself
Correct.
first. Because if the parents are not
Correct.
doing exercise or
Yeah.
anything, वो कितना भी बोलो वो kids को,
हाँ.
they are not going to listen
Yeah.
because they are just going to observe and assimilate from what you are doing
Yeah.
whole day.
Yeah.
So if you want your child to have that type of lifestyle, your lifestyle should be that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah.
So in the early phase of your life, when you were 15, 16 in your teenage life, what was Apurva like? Like, what was Apurva's ambition? Is that the ambition, what you're doing now? Or the
No.
ambition has changed?
Yeah. So in that time, like it's like so many years back now, or like 20 years back now, I'm 35, so 20 years back or like that. So तभी तो इतना awareness नहीं था. We didn't have Instagram and all of that. So I was the very bookish kida, you know, in that manner. Where all the time going to school, studying, because then I was preparing for my I wanted to become an MBBS doctor and all of that, you know. I wanted to become a gynae at that time.
Okay.
But luckily it did not happen.
Always in the doctor.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
वो तो था कि डॉक्टर बनना, but वो ही पहले था. But now I look back, I feel good that did not happen because I would have not enjoyed that field what I do now. So so that time it was a completely different scenario, but by God's grace I've got into this, you know, because sports was something which was always fascinating to me. But as our family, this thing and all, it was not that much welcomed in our family and all of that. Yeah.
So how did you from what was that like? You know, एक होता है enlightenment moment होता है या something like you have that eureka moment कि हाँ मुझे ये करना है, right? From the passion side, or how did you find? Yes, this is what you want to do. Was there any?
When I did my personal training course, like when I went into the gym and I saw those movements, all those heavy squats, deadlifts and all, I was like, wow, this is something really interesting me. And that is how I want to blend my physiotherapy and this type of training. I didn't know what type of training was called it then. So it's like, ऐसे कुछ तो करना है दोनों को लेके, you know. So always in that zone.
Always in that zone. Okay. Yeah. And now, like as of today, where you reached, I think you started when 21, 22?
Yeah, as soon as my graduation finished. Yeah. So when I was in internship, then only I started lecturing and all.
Okay.
In the fitness training academies, and then that's what my career started very early. So when I was in second year of my graduation, I did my personal training course. The third year, I used to go as like taking few lectures there.
Okay.
And then as वो internship में बहुत time रहता हमारे पास.
Yeah.
So internship में then I started full-fledged, you know, taking sessions there.
Okay.
And then my masters and all then, you know.
And so then I know you would also representing or handling the management or completely on NSCA India, right? It's an American body, right? In a way. How did that come through? Like how did... Yeah. So what is like how the journey of NSCA came to India and how you are representing? How's that?
So NSCA is the global body for strength and conditioning. So strength and conditioning is all about training the athletes, the professional athletes all across the globe. So the coaches who train them from the physical and mental aspect are known as strength and conditioning coaches.
Okay.
So that's the main governing body globally.
Globally, okay.
Yeah. So they have their headquarters in US.
Okay.
And then when I was into fitness and all of that, I wanted to do something, you know, at a better advanced level, because for, I would say, those who are doing the personal training and the fitness academies, that is going on for the people who are having their normal day-to-day jobs. But when it comes to training the athletes, it's a completely different ball game altogether. And when I was in that zone, there was nothing like that in India at that time. So then I inquired, understood, saw about it, like what is it exactly. And that's how I came up with NSCA, which is there in US.
Yeah.
And then I wrote to them, you know, there was a lot of meetings and all of those things.
Oh, you reached to them?
Yeah, initially, because I wanted to educate our coaches here with a proper structured protocol for training the athletes and preventing the injuries. That was the main thing, not overcoming the injuries. So injuries pehle ho hi nahi, and that's how it is. Because that time we were like, I had exposure to Sports Authority of India, even our cricket academies and all of those things. But there was a long, big gap between rehabilitation of the injuries, and then training was done just at a typical training was done, not sports specific or anything. And then I wanted to bridge that. So that's how the NSCA, I happened to understand their philosophy, which aligned with me. But then I was not certified till then because they have their strict norms. So CSCS is something which is their main flagship course. But till then, luckily, my biodata, my CV was very strong because I had research papers, I had some whatever their criterias are, those were all fulfilling from their business perspective as well as from the academics perspective. It was that way. So that's how then we discussed, and then it took almost 3 years of our follow-ups to bring them to finally convince them to start in India.
Oh, wow.
And then we started in how much? In 2018 was our first CSCS batch, which was launched.
And there you train coaches to be
CSCS certified. So that is a certified strength and conditioning specialist. That's the designation which you get. And that's how we train them. So it's a long course.
How long does it take?
It takes around 4.5 to 5 months. When if there are some breaks, then it goes to 6 months.
So any viewer who has an aspiration to become a strength and conditioning coach, वो आ सकता है ये institute यहाँ से?
Yes. So we are in Mumbai, Bangalore and Delhi. These are the 3 locations where we are operational. And the course happens 2 times in a year. But then there is some prerequisites for it, like you have to do an entrance exam and there's an interview. And then we select the candidates for that.
Is there a online form they can fill to reach out to you?
Yeah, there is nscaindia.com. So they can go on the NSA India. And they'll get all the details there.
We'll drop the link in the description so that they can access it. And also, because it's an American association, in overall, the awareness, I think it's much better in the West. India mein, how did you manage to create that awareness?
See, now the essence is very glamorous term. जब भी हम लोगों ने start किया था, तभी it was a hard time for us. Because cricket was knowing it to some extent, because all the SNC coaches were in cricket, this thing. But the other sports were completely unaware about it. So yeah, that was a time when we have to make them understand the difference of what is a strength and conditioning coach, how it's different from our normal personal training course, and then that's how. But I think it did not take us that difficulty because NSC is a global brand. So anybody who wanted to pursue anything in sports, whenever they searched or anything, NSCA was something always people knew about it. The only problem that time used to be that the exam is very difficult. So the students who wanted to pursue it, they used to not get the guidance.
Even in India, it is like that?
Yeah. So it is a global exam.
Global.
So the percentage of clearing it is only just somewhere around 56%.
So out of 100, 56 tend to clear
it. It's that way.
So there is also retrial for the remaining people?
Retrial, but that will happen after X amount of days only. They cannot immediately retry it, something like that. So that was the problem area in India that time. So because that exam is meant for the West countries where these all physical education and the playing sports and everything is part of their curriculum, part of their academics only. So they do all those things when they are in school. अपने यहाँ पे वो नहीं होता है. So till the time we do 10th standard also, or we engineer, doctor, we never play sport as such.
I think fitness in a way is taken much later in life, especially in India, what I see. When US or any other country, they are more aware. What was the major hurdle in the aspect of creating that awareness, one? And how many players or how many athletes you have worked with so far, and how many coaches you have trained or made them strength and conditioning ready so that they can go out and spread this across the country?
So, first thing is about creating the awareness. As I said, that was not a struggle for us.
Yeah.
For us, the struggle was to making our students pass the exam.
Okay.
That was the biggest challenge. As I said, we don't have those sport culture in our country so much at that time.
Yeah,
At least इतना नहीं था. तो our kids को जो exam है वो मतलब वो by default that exam is difficult.
Yeah.
And in our Indian scenario, it becomes 10 times more difficult because nobody has played that sport.
Yeah.
So it was that way. But now, since we have this system in place, it's now streamlined. So
Yeah.
people are passing. Ulta Indians are passing it with a better marks as compared to the
That's
global
amazing.
standards.
That's amazing.
Because the Indian brain is very strong.
Yeah.
So if they combine it, they are doing wonderful. So our students are really doing well. I don't have the number of athletes now. There's so many.
There are so many of.
So because now we are training the general population
Yeah.
also, not only the athletes. Because when I started my career initially, that time, like I used to just see the professional athletes and not the others.
Okay.
But then later on, but that time I was in my, post pregnancy and delivery
Correct.
zone that time. So we did not have that much time.
Yeah.
But now since we have settled, so since few years, we have made it open for everybody, whoever wants to seek our services. So the numbers are, I don't know how many. And coaches, so yes, the coaches also, it's like many. Because every batch has almost 20 students and like that, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, and then 2 times in a year.
2 times in a year. And that means they're spreading the culture of fitness.
So our students are really, some of the students are doing very well. They are with Pro Kabaddi League, with IPLs,
Oh, wow.
with, if you'll see in cricket field also, they are working at a very good level,
Okay.
because even, and some are not our students, but they are CSCS certified coaches. So even they are part of our community and they are so proud of that certification.
No, that's amazing.
Because we did the national conference and that time, we had all those, our premium A team Indian coaches.
Oh, wow.
So they all were here and that was super. Like it feels very warm to have such a big family in India.
And knowing the fire what you started, a spark what you started is converted into a whole fire across the country, right? And especially, again, back to noble cause, I think doctors definitely are fixing your symptom or maybe curing you. It's the one which is making you live life longer. And that's where strength, conditioning, coaching, everything comes through. I think that's amazing. That's something of very noble cause. Now, coming from, as you mentioned, you're doing also for general people in terms of entrepreneurs or maybe corporate people or maybe family goers, homemakers. What are the 3 awareness things you will mention it to them? Like, how would they come to you to start a fitness journey?
So initially, I would suggest start with a small basic, understanding of what is how you breathe. That is something which I always say.
Correct.
Because until you don't be aware about those things, cracking the bigger milestones become difficult. So just focusing on कि पूरे दिन में we have 24 hours. So उसमें से at least 5 minutes you can be aware about your breath. And just see whether you're breathing from your tummy or you're breathing from your shoulders. And if you're breathing here, that means it's not correct. You have to breathe from your tummy. You have to take nice deep breaths, So utna at least that's the first minute step towards your fitness journey.
जो yoga में भी kind of सिखाते हैं like breathing.
Yeah, always the breathing is like our ancient roots and everything tells us that. It's deep breathing. The second thing I would always tell is towards starting your fitness journey is full day mein, again, next 5 minutes, go outdoor and take a walk.
Okay.
No need of running, jumping, jogging. Simple बाहर जाओ and किसी से बिना बात किए, not chit-chatting. Just be with yourself, observe the nature and take a walk. Just do that much. 5 minute, 2 minutes जितना होगा उतना. But वो रोज के रोज थोड़ा सा come out of that 4 walls where you're stuck. And then the third thing, then if you are able to do this, then the third thing is to seek a proper consult or proper expert to start your fitness journey. पर अगर इतना भी ये नहीं हुआ, and then directly jumping into a gymming and then doing that excessive weights will not work.
Okay.
First get anchored to yourself.
Correct.
Invest
Make
that
it naturally happen.
Yeah, naturally happen. क्योंकि ये जब इतना regularly करने लगोगे ना, at least if you start doing this for a month or two,
Okay.
that every day you're 5 minutes, you're with yourself when you're breathing, with yourself when you're taking a walk.
Okay.
And go, if that's possible, go barefoot while walking. Feel the ground, because it really feels wonderful when you're walking on the lawn, you know, barefoot. That really, if that is possible. नहीं है तो at least बाहर जाओ.
Okay.
Breathe properly. And then start your fitness journey. Don't directly abruptly कि कोई Instagram reel देखा या कुछ देखा and then jumping into the gym and doing it.
Okay.
That only creates injuries. More.
Now coming from suppose if I want to join from the general person category, can I do the course virtually with you, or is it like something I have to?
The consultation.
Yeah, the consultation.
Yeah, that you can do it.
Okay.
That's not a problem. Like virtually and in person. In Mumbai, we are at 4 locations.
Okay.
So you can join any of our center which is there. That's absolutely possible.
Okay. But I have to be around these 3 locations too.
No. So ours are like, majority of the patients are online, because we get the patients are across the not only pan-India, out of country also.
Huh.
So it's online. You can either opt for online. If you're from Mumbai, you can come in person.
Okay. So online is also possible. Okay. So online I can reach out. There will be consultations. What about like the strengthening or exercise?
Yeah. So when you're taking the sessions, you have to be in your own gym there.
Okay.
You know?
Got it. Okay. So that is something very interesting to know. If anyone can reach out to you through our medium, then that will be great. And also, what is something the most difficult role you have to play? Is it the entrepreneur role or is it the coach role? What's the most difficult role you play in a day-to-day life?
It's not difficult. I try all the roles. So when you enjoy them, it's not a challenge. It's like an opportunity or some challenges it comes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like I don't find it difficult as such, because my team and all my coaches and all are very very just like our family.
Okay.
I'm not in that mindset that if you are an entrepreneur or you are doing anything, so you have to take stress about it. You can be happy, chill out, and then do the things. That will work better.
वो होता नहीं है actually. Technically.
I feel when you're into the entrepreneurship or having these multiple roles, you yourself should take care of your mental health. And I'm more like into spirituality. So I meditate 2 times in a day.
Oh, that's great.
So that's something which I think it keeps me balanced.
No, that's and how are you like when you mentioned about spirituality, how are you manifesting next 10 years for yourself?
So from a consultation point of view, I want to create multiple Apurvas, and that's what I'm doing with my coaches first, because I want to put it like, because I can reach out to few people. If my coaches get ready, then we can multiply and multifold it, which we are like within 1.5 years, we moved from 2 centers to 4 centers.
That's amazing.
That's what we have done.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So one curiosity-based driven question. The coaches जो आप certify होते हैं आपके यहाँ से, is they are globally recognized or they're globally recognized?
Because NSC is a global band.
Okay.
So it's all across the world.
Okay.
So wherever they want to do a job, they can do it.
But that's a beautiful goal.
So that's how is the consultation going on. And from NSC front, I want all our strength and conditioning coaches. Obviously, more and more students are coming and seeking our courses and all.
Okay.
So I want to have the maximum Olympic goals for India. That's what my vision is, because the strength and conditioning coaches are better. The skill coaches are they are wonderful in our country. So if that combination happens, then we should dominate in Olympics.
That's an amazing goal, right? I think it's the people like you who can shape up that journey for the country overall.
Yes, our athletes are super strong and they are wonderful.
Yeah.
because we get all these athletes from the small towns and all of that.
Yeah.
But the mental strength and the physical strength which they had, like, because we have now, I've seen athletes all across the globe
Correct.
when we are in all these countries, but our athletes are different.
Yeah.
And if we shape up them a little bit,
Yeah.
we are
It's like carving, right? It's like
Yes,
carving
yes,
the
yes.
person.
even on these such a hard circumstances, they are they are becoming so better and
Correct.
successful. So if we are able to give them a better service, from at least from our role is
Yeah.
from strength and conditioning perspective and from
Yeah.
injury prevention, they are going to make wonders.
No, absolutely.
And that was the main reason why we started NSCA
Okay.
and our consultations.
Okay.
That's all.
I just wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I think you should get tremendous support because you're doing it for the people and the country. Again, a noble cause, I like said, a quick rapid fire with you. So now here comes a rapid fire. What is more important, strength or skill?
Skill first, and to
Okay.
support that, you need strength.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Gym or ground?
Again, it should be a
It's a combination.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the priority? Like, suppose if on a day-to-day life, people after work, they like to play badminton, example. So do they do that for 7 days, or for 2-3 days they should fit in some gym matches?
Some gym, because we have so many patients, they just play
Okay.
and they don't do their gym work, and then they
Okay.
are injured.
Talent or consistency?
I would say consistency.
Okay. Most overrated fitness pattern, according to you?
The protein supplements.
The protein supplements. Okay.
Thoda gym jaane lage, you start popping protein
Ah.
supplements. That's something which I completely.
And how do one achieve their protein goals?
I always say you have to see whether your body demands protein or not.
Okay.
So simple way to see protein की ज़रूरत है या your recovery is getting delayed is कि सुबह जब उठ रहे हो, when you're getting out of your bed, and it's always, we all are like कि थोड़ा lazy की होता है वगैरह वगैरह, that's different story. But if you feel tired, your body is feeling कि यार मुझे, I'm not recovered, you're getting that, yeah, you feel the tiredness, not the laziness,
Not the
tiredness
tiredness.
feel हो रहा है, that means the recovery is getting altered somewhere, and then you have to seek a opinion कि it's the protein,
Yeah.
or is it sleep, or is it the duration of your gym workouts you're playing, and that's time when you have to seek these help.
Okay.
But just you're going to the gym and doing a little bit of exercise or whatever exercise and immediately popping the protein supplements makes no sense
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
That is something which
That's beautifully said. That's so great to know factor. I think next time I'll see in the morning how I'm feeling. So, one lesson sports teach you better than school.
the teamwork.
The teamwork. That's. If you're playing an independent sport, then
Then to balance your emotions
okay.
and to overcome them by maintaining the focus.
So because there will be days you will fail,
Yeah.
but you still have to come out of it. A mistake you would dare to make again, or a mistake you would not make again. Let's change that a bit.
See, again, as I told you, I have a different, my type of personality is like whatever mistakes I have made, I accept it, and I know that has shaped my
Correct.
life in a better manner.
Correct. Best advice you would like to give your kids in 3 words, or your
Take
Kid-
charge of your mind.
okay. What's one thing you wish every athlete knew when maybe at certain age? But one thing every athlete should know.
Don't ignore the pain, and don't
Okay.
play in the pain when your body is saying that there is a pain.
Okay.
So yeah, अगर knee pain है,
हाँ.
वो knee pain को पकड़ के don't go and play.
Okay.
Take a step back, understand why it is paining, rectify it,
Okay.
and फिर खेलने जाओ.
Okay.
Don't just play with the pain. That
Okay.
will make the things worse.
Okay.
My habit of, like what Isa said, that my spiritual path where I started.
Yeah.
So that is something which has tremendously changed my entire life.
The spiritual habit.
The spiritual habit. Like, first we started with having that positivity and all of that. And it took me almost now 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
that now I can meditate 2 times in the day.
Okay.
So that has changed it, everything.
Oh, that's
All
that's
aspects.
that's great. And also connecting to that, do you for currently the trend is people talk about manifestation, people talk about visualization, people talk about law of attraction. Is that something you figured to integrate in your spiritual routine as well, or how's it like, or is it naturally just
No, I believe in universe, and whatever universe will do, that will be the best for me.
Okay.
So I have that strong belief.
Okay.
So there's no need of manifestation because I feel I just attract the best.
Okay. That's like already
Yeah.
integrated in the
No,
mindset.
that's a strong belief. And as I said, it will not happen immediately. It took
Correct.
me, for me, it took like now almost 7-8 years
Yeah.
to reach that strong belief
Okay.
that whatever comes,
Yeah.
I'm okay.
No, that's
Yeah.
everyone should do in their daily routine.
Invest in yourself.
Okay. That's
Mentally, physically,
mentally,
and physically.
physically, and one more last. Anything which you do in your daily routine.
Mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Okay. Okay, great. No, that's an amazing discussion we had. We all really wish you should achieve as many or push India to achieve as many gold medals as they
Goals,
can.
yeah.
Thanks a lot for
Thank you
giving
so
us your
much.
time. Cool. It was great discussing with you.
Thank you.